Alrighty, welcome to our second AMA with PHVH. That's Paper Hands versus Holders. It's a new DeFi project. We have the founder here, Holders R2E, more easily known as our good friend George. We appreciate having you back here at Node Nation. I'm Mascot. We're here with Node Nation founder Riddick. And we're excited to hear a little bit more about PHVH, maybe cover a little bit about what we went over last time, and maybe tell us some new things, about what's going on with your project, and just continue to provide clarity and excitement. So if you go ahead and want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your project, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay, well, thank you very much. As you all know, guys, by James Bolton AMA, my name is George. I'm the founder of Paper Hands versus Holders. There are some things that I want to I want to make clear in this AMA so that we have a most interesting AMA. So first thing, Paper Hands versus Holders is not a game, and second thing, is not an art project. So why I'm saying this, because most of the videos that we've got, I've seen the YouTubers and stuff saying that we're kind of a play to earn, or we're a game. No, we're actually a node project. And now with the poll that we're making, the ongoing poll, we're becoming not just a node project, but also a DeFi as a service project, because with this new whale tax that we're gonna start doing, we're going to invest in other projects and bring money back to our community. So that's basically the something that I want to state. Other than that, we are an R2E project, which means risk to earn. Basically, that term, someone came out with it. My idea, why someone came out with that idea, is because these kind of projects look like a game. Why? Because it have a story out of it. Let's say, for example, Police and Thief. It looks like a game, so they wanted to make a term kind of play to earn, so P2E. So what they did was, let's find something similar. R2E, there you go, risk to earn, but it have nothing to do with a play to earn game. So that's basically what we are, an R2E. And for me, it's more like a node project. We're more close to an NFT node project. And now, what are the differences that we have? Very, very fast. We have a max supply. We're not eternally giving rewards to people from our token, because that's impossible. I mean, for example, for us in South America, we know that printing money all the time is not the way. We know that inflation will kill every nation, and so I think that we've all seen that. So if it haven't been working for years, why will we start doing that again here in the crypto space? So we're not that kind of project. We have a max supply. We don't know what that max supply is going to be, because it depends on how people do their investment with us, what their strategy is going to be. Other than that, our main, and I believe this is one of our huge differences, is that for every node project, or for most of them, for you to get passive income, there's only one way for you to get that passive income, and it's selling their token, right? Because you get more tokens, and then you go and dump on the market, because how else are you gonna get profit? So for us, they have very different concept, where if you hold our token and then you go and stake it in the vaults, you can get passive income without dumping in the market. So we're actually create a model where you can support our project, and by support I mean holding it, and still get passive income for another token, which is USDC and AVAX. And with that being said, I think that's pretty much a big introduction. So I don't want to make this a monologue. So you can go on and
I love it. Really great introduction. Everybody's saying welcome. Um, so you're very, adamant about the not being um, a P2E, but a node project. So that's kind of an interesting change from last time you guys were here. If anybody wants to come up and ask a question, by the way, just raise your hand and we'll bring you right up on stage. Can you elaborate a little bit more about how the you said that you don't know the max supply. Can you elaborate a little bit more about how that works?
all right. Well, every NFT have a max amount of tokens that they can claim, right? So the paper hands, they claim those tokens by minting them. They mine 100 hodl each day with a max of 2,000 tokens. So every single token a paper mine claim is minted. So that needs to be clear. But holders in the other side, they can also claim only to 22,000 tokens. So what's the difference? That holders are only minting 40 of those tokens, and then they claim another 100 tokens a day, but they 140 hodl a day, and that will be reduced from the amount of tokens that he can claim, but he's only minting 40. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it impossible for us to know what the outcome of the max supply is gonna be, because every paper hand, just like in real life, can become a holder.
Gotcha. Alrighty, interesting. I think that's kind of a really cool model. It's kind of you guys are kind of doing stuff that I haven't really seen elsewhere. So I think that that's really exciting, and I appreciate
So
you
yeah,
elaborating that for us. Teachers, go ahead and come on up. He has a question for us. Teachers usually always has great questions. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to type them out in the AMA questions channel or raise your hand.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
yep.
Cool. It's funny. After the last AMA here, I went and read the white paper, and I got to say, this white paper is probably the most, I don't know, like interesting or like well-written white paper I've ever read. And this project is pretty complex in terms of what it's doing, like economically, but you can tell it's like really, really thoughtful. um, and so my question is almost, I guess, like a comment, but I think almost the biggest challenge with this problem is actually communicating what's going on, because it's so complex in some ways with the dynamics that I think it's kind of hard for people to understand it unless you really go through the white paper. But when you go through the white paper, it's clear that you've like really thought through everything, and it seems like really solid. So I'm super hyped on it. But I think there is quite a bit of work to do in terms of like communicating that. And so, I mean, I guess my question is like, do you recognize that, or do you have any plans for trying to kind of get that message out? Because it seems like there's so much work, even just like with the formatting and like in some ways the design of the white paper. Like I can tell you guys have really thought through things, but it's so complex. I think that's one real big challenge of the project is like getting people on board and understanding it. So, do you have any plans for kind of bridging that gap with the understanding that might be needed? Not that it's difficult to play the project in a way, but it's just I think the real benefit here is there is a lot of innovation in the like tokenomics and the way things work, and I think that's like a huge plus for the project, and it just like needs to be communicated. So I'd just be curious about if you have any plans with that sort of stuff, or kind of what you think about that challenge.
Okay, so what?
Kind of like a simplified diagram in simple terms, maybe, or something.
Yeah,
but some kind of flow chart or something.
Yeah,
but even more so, I think it's almost a thing where I almost want like a tutorial or YouTube video or something, because it's just like there's a lot there, and it's really interesting. But it's I think it will take a little bit of work in some ways to kind of get it.
Okay, let me go. What is the channel for the AMA? Can I paste a YouTube video there? If I can do that.
You could post it right in the AMA questions one, the
Let,
channel right above the.
let me wait a okay. Wait, the cleaning lady is knocking on my door right now for the whole.
Rip service.
Por ahora no, por favor.
I ordered him a couple strippers.
Yeah, that was me
You
speaking
ordered
Spanish.
a couple.
Sorry.
Redneck.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
kidding.
taking care of our own.
So let me go because this video that I'm gonna post there, I think this guy just made it wow so fast. I wish I could do that. I mean, I wish I could. I don't have the ability to speak like that. He covered most of it really fast. Now let me go and make questions. So this is the video. So what I believe is if you go to that video and then after that video you get and read the white paper, that will make it really, really much easier. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of different things, like really a lot of different things, and we aren't telling the people what they want to hear, which is something. I mean, teachers is so completely right. We're not getting the attention that we should have. I'm telling you that because I know what we have here. I'm sure about what we have here, but still, even if we're not getting that wow attention, I believe we're getting the attention from smart people like teachers, and that's what we're looking. Because what we aim here is to build a community of smart holders. We don't want paper hands. We want smart holders, and I know that if we get that, we're good to go. So that's what gives me peace of mind. But go and watch the video and then read the white paper, and then you're gonna understand what I'm saying. That's like the fastest video explaining all the white paper that I've seen ever.
But the answer you just gave, I think, is your marketing message right there. Like, that's such a great answer. Like, this project might be hard to understand, but we want only smart investors here. Like, we want serious people who like know what they're doing. I feel like that is kind of a refreshing take on the kind of DeFi space. And I think a lot of people who are like want to play these things smartly, that's like real. That's what they want to hear. They want to know people are kind of serious and like into the project. And so I honestly think that is a really great answer. You should need to like record that and send it out. So
Yeah,
anyways, that's all I had,
it.
but sounds good.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm saying that in every single AMA. I tell everyone like in James Felton AMA. I told him, okay, when we close, I mean, don't just invest. Do your own research. Check the white paper. Try to understand it before you get in, because we want smart people here. Because if we become a community of smart holders, oh, bro, I mean, this is gonna be huge. I mean, huge, huge. So yeah, that's a very good idea to use.
Awesome.
Thank you for that.
Man, you got me sneezing on the recording. Shoot.
Oh,
Alrighty, great question, teachers. Always appreciate your insight. It's really great. Angrist, silver member of Node Nation, asks, hey, PHVH, welcome back. What is the plan to reduce sell pressure other than progressive tax after vault boosts are done 12 to 14 days after the launch?
okay. Well, if you see the poll on the maybe if you haven't seen that one, because basically that's the answer. The poll that is running right now, the ongoing poll in our server, we're gonna have a whale tax. So with that whale tax, what will happen is that you are gonna we have a 10% sale tax at the moment. That's what we have in the white paper. But if you get if we get the whale tax, which I believe that we're gonna do it, since the poll right now is like 114 yeses and only 9 nodes. So that's why I believe we have a really smart community of investors. So what will happen with this tax is you're gonna be able to sell only 100 hodl a day each day for 10% tax. But if you do a second transaction, 30% tax. A 40% tax. And I'm talking batches of 100 hodl. If you do one more than 100 hodl, you need to pay 50% tax upfront. So basically, that's it. I mean, that's how we're slowing selling pressure. And that was I need to give that to XC and JR5. When I present the project to them, asking them to be our multi-site, they told me, look, I love the project and I wanted to be successful and I wanted to be in it. But let me tell you, I'm selling as soon as I'm a paper on level 6 and this thing is 20x, 30x, I'm getting my money. You can be sure about it. I was like, okay, yes, well, you're right. And they told me, you know what? Let's change it. And I was like, bro, I cannot really do that right now. I'm already within the Kryptonairs process, and like I was already like 15 days since we started that process. Um, so we couldn't just change the white paper and then, hey, you know what? Let's start all over again. No. So what I decided to do was to make this poll and explain the community very well the pros and the cons of getting this measure, and just hoping that the community took the right decision. And I'm so proud of our community, like so proud of them. So that's it.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. That's
We
great.
love
Man.
we love a captain
cool.
that's proud of the people on his ship, so to speak. To speak in riddles, you know what I mean? That's great.
Yeah,
That's a really great attitude.
maybe I should add something about that one, because it is very important that that tax is not for everyone, just for wallets holding our NFTs. So if your wallet isn't holding our NFTs, and you're just day trading, you just get 10% tax for selling. This is very important, because who is the people that really can dump on our market? The ones that are getting the tokens from for nowhere, the ones that are minting it. But the people that is trading it, they're just refilling our vaults with the selling tax.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Alrighty. There's
Makes
people
sense.
typing up questions in the AMA questions tab, I think. At least it said for a while. But I have a question for you. So this is your baby and you're the founder. Um, where did this idea to create this really complex but exciting and interesting project come from? And what's your past experience with making DeFi projects?
um, past experience, none with making DeFi projects. Past experience with IRL, well, I have two companies, very successful one more than the other one. Again, I'm in a South American country. Like that company makes like 12K a day in an average day of sales. That's a big deal. I know how to make a business successful. So when I start getting involved into these R2E investments and no projects, I start noticing what were their faults. I mean, when you already have a business going and is successful, you start learning how to identify what's going wrong in a business, because you start having more friends that also have a business that running well. So you start having these kind of conversations with people, so it's easier for you to identify other projects faults. And I got so upset, like I felt so impotent when I saw that the project was gonna take the wrong decision, and they were telling the community that they were going to do it. And at that point, I got so upset and frustrated, because it takes time for you to to do your own research and you like the project and then you go there and invest and then they just change things in a way that you know that it will turn things apart. Like there was this project, the Crypto Plus, I think was telling me about something happened. I think it was Papa DAO or something like that, and they asked their community if the community wanted to have I think it was 5 times more rewards a day than what they were giving. I mean, if you ask people that, what answer do you think you're gonna get? Yeah, of course, everyone say yes, and the project went to hell because if you make a decision like that, there is no way to support something like that. You're just telling
No.
people, hey, jump into my Ponzi scheme and let's get this thing down.
Yeah, definitely. Um, right now, I think there's a little bit of good answer. By the way, I appreciate that you're upfront about how this is your
Wait,
first
wait, but
project, and
actually, I just noticed that I finished. I didn't completely answer that one. So when I went through this frustration, I say, you know what? I can do this. I mean, I have to try it. And I start going and looking for the right team. And I mean, I went and explained. I mean, I start creating this whole thing, and then I took it to some people. Like the first people that I went and took it to was he is actually in the audience was Robert, and he told me. I mean, he's a very smart guy. He's an economist, and he told me, "Oh, it's good." And whenever he says a project is good, I mean, I invest in those, and they're most times they're good. So when he told me that it was good, and he also offered himself to make a simulation on the project, and then he did, and then with that simulation we changed some stuff. So I keep getting like really excited about it. Then I took it to Sensei from Cryptonaires, and he said, "Look, bro, uh, we have this guy in the community, Jive. He's very tough on projects. He makes really tough questions when projects have AMAs and stuff. Take it to him. If the project is good, if he says good, the project is good." And then I got him as well. That is like all the process how we got into this. So when you ask me what other DeFi projects have I been in, and I say none, I think that is the answer that you should be looking from other projects. Um, Unless they tell you, yeah, my project was Ethereum. Now I'm doing another one just because, well, right now that the other project is so successful that it's just nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna do another one. But if they tell you, yeah, well, this is my number 10 project, what are the other ones? And are they successful? Are they making money? Are their investors happy? I mean, you should have that project, not a lot of projects. That's what I believe.
yeah, and I definitely believe there's some truth to that for sure. So I appreciate that answer. It's a good quality answer, and I think I tend to agree with you on a lot of it. Um, as of right now, also just a little side note, it seems that Discord is having a bit of an issue. If we type in the chat, it seems that chat's not working. Like Discord is down.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So if someone in the audience could go ahead and raise their hand for me if that function is still working, just to know.
ay, 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 what a bad time to have a.
I know Discord's been going down a lot. It's been surprising.
Let me try and write something. Hey, oh, shoot, it's not going.
There we
But
go.
they can raise.
Hands are able to come up. Alrighty. You guys want to come up and ask some questions? I'll invite you guys up if you'd like to ask some questions here.
There
Since
you go.
since there's no way to type the questions right now, feel free to come on up and ask them. What's going on, Biondo and Mr. CS Deliveries?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you, bro.
Plot twist, he doesn't hear us.
Hey, is deliveries? Are you there?
Alrighty, we'll see if we can bring someone else up in the meantime. Valar, Node Nation, if you want to come on up. It seems like DMs are working again.
All right. Maybe they're having also issues with the microphone.
Alrighty. Valar, are you there?
Yeah.
What's going on,
Hi,
man?
guys. Yeah, all good. It's not very often I get to catch an AMA at Node Nation because I live in the other side of the world.
Whoa.
How's it going, buddy?
Yes. So yeah, I wanted to ask a question in the. I wanted to type in the question, but as you said, Discord hasn't been working. I thought initially it was my internet, but apparently it doesn't. So you guys remember there were a Node project with complicated properties and features that failed miserably. I don't know. Probably it was planned, probably not. And probably it was just because of the tradable NFTs. I mean, aren't you concerned of when you're trying to limit the already very small niche of DeFi nodes community and trying to filter the people that really, really understands the project, since there are always going to be people that wanted to buy and not read and only try to get the price action or maybe buy and hold and get emissions. Won't this kind of people be deterred from entering the project with such complexity? I mean, how are you planning to cater for this kind of people?
Yeah, well, basically, there's nothing we can do. I mean, if they cannot go through, like, I don't know if you were here at first, but I actually share a YouTube video on the AMA. Do you see the link?
Yeah, I saw the link, but I was typing in my questions and I'm still listening, so I wouldn't want to open a YouTube video.
Oh, all right, yeah, but what I was saying is, were you here when we were speaking about that video?
I think I am, yes.
Okay, well, in that video, I mean, that guy did it so well. Like, I'm amazed how well he did it. He covered the whole thing like in 8 minutes. I believe that if someone watched that video and then after that reads the white paper, I believe they should have it not that hard to understand the project.
Okay, cool. So basically, it's a dummy's guide to paper hands versus holders.
Yeah, I mean, he covered it really fast. Maybe for me it was easy to understand because I know very well the white paper. Maybe if you guys go and watch the video, you're gonna be confused. But I mean, for me, he just covered it so well, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be your litmus test. Then I rarely read things about projects. I just saw a project, ape in, and try to get whitelist or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be your litmus test. I'm gonna try and watch the video, and after that, read the white paper again. I'll tell you how it goes.
That's gonna give you a better understanding of it. Also, it will be okay. I mean, okay, you should do it. Go to our server and go to poll. Like 3 polls on top. There is an ongoing poll still on the tokenomics that is gonna have a well tax.
Okay. Okay. So, what about the people that really don't want to learn much? You know, they might see 8-minute video. Nobody has time for that. I just want to go to a DEX and press buy and stake and forget about it for, I don't know, 3 months.
Okay, well, actually, that happened to me in Alpha Nodes. I didn't have time because I was in this project, and since I started this project, I have missed so many good chances. like Sphere. I'm so pissed that I didn't get in that because I didn't have the time. Yesterday I wanted to get into Hive, but I was flying for this exhibition where we are right now. And like that is very, very frustrating. But I mean, there is always people that is gonna miss the chance because they don't have the time to read and go through it. But like for example, me with Alpha Nodes, I got in at 200k million market cap, but because I didn't did my research because I didn't have the time, bro. I saw that I was 4x up, and I didn't have the time to see what I was really investing at. You know what I say? Okay, I'm out of here, and I could have done a 30x. So
30x.
that's what's gonna happen to people that doesn't read and just go and hey, no, I need my money. Yeah, I'm a profit. I believe that's what's gonna happen to people. I mean, I was a paper hand for that project just because I didn't know what I was getting into it. I just saw a chart, saw a call, and I got it. I got in. So that's what happened.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Tell me about
Yeah,
it.
Riddick loves alpha nodes.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm so pissed I sold. Like I bought like 2k of it at 200k market cap. So imagine
Oh
I
man.
had 1% of the liquidity.
So yeah, basically, if people want to get the most out of the project, or the most out of their money that they put in inside the project, they would have to learn more, much more about the project and understand how it works. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, they're just gonna miss the chance, and not so, and someone else that have the time will be there. So basically, that won't affect the project. That will affect people, not the
Okay,
project.
great. Yeah, I see more questions in the chat. It's working now. I don't want to hog your time. Thank you for the great answer.
No, no, no problem.
Alrighty. George, I really love how effectively you answer these questions. You're just an absolute shark. Um, so, do you guys have a bug bounty? Little Grand from Node Nation wrote up a couple questions. So his first question is, do you guys have a bug bounty?
Like an anti-bot
He's
measure
really
for launching HODL?
Say that again?
No, for finding problems in your code.
Well, I got audited by Kryptonaires. Like we went through a 1 month of them checking to our smart contracts and everything.
I think Little Grand does better as far as finding bugs.
He's good,
really
man.
good. Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but I mean, if you can send him, yeah, sure.
For sure. Yeah, he's really
Secondly,
good at that.
since you resemble a P2E and P2E games now with 10K Discord members are having a hard time to sell $1,000 plus NFT or 1K plus NFTs, what is your plan to get more hype and members, and how will this affect your launch if you sell sub 1,000 NFTs? So essentially, you're not a P2E, but P2E games have a hard time selling out their NFTs. What's your battle plan if you also don't sell out?
Well, actually, in the white paper, it says that we have a plan B. I mean, basically, it's really easy. Actually, we just minimize like whatever we got in launch. We're gonna put that into same proportions. So our max supply won't be anymore 2,800,000 tokens. So it will be less, but then we're gonna pair it with the same amount that we said in the white paper with the 20% that we got out of Gen Zero funds, in a way that it will have the same price at launch, which will be $0.075 per HODL at launch. By doing that, we actually have the exact same project. We are not hurting investors. We have the exact same project, but in a smaller proportion. Did that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, the one that is gonna lose money if that happens is me because I'm already down like 70K with this project. So
Gotcha.
that will be me, the one that's gonna, well, me and the people behind me.
Gotcha. So Biondo is asking, according to the white paper, there's a cap to the total rewards that an NFT can yield, which is 22,000 HODL tokens. What happens to the NFT once it is exhausted and it's fully yielded all of its reward capacity? Can the holder keep it as a souvenir or maybe find another use later down the road?
Yeah, we actually mentioned that when we started the video. Maybe he wasn't here. We or did I cover that in another A? Maybe we didn't cover
I
it.
think it was the AMA last week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, um, so we have a use case for so once not just that NFT, but once every single NFT is minted and no NFT have any hodl to claim. So basically, once we reach our max supply, then we're going to enable selling and trading again. And then you may ask, why would I want an NFT that doesn't do anything? Well, what we're gonna do only for holders NFT, not for paper hands. What we're gonna do is open up a platform where you can stake your holders NFTs, and then since I believe that we're gonna become a huge community of smart investors, people that know when a project is good and know how to support a project, because supporting a project is not selling basically. I know that we're gonna have a lot of good projects wanting to come to us and have AMAs with us and stuff like that, and we're going to charge only one thing to the people: wireless spots for our holders of those NFTs, and airdrops. So that's gonna be what we're gonna be charging for, nothing else. So basically, you're gonna be getting wireless spots and airdrops from different projects that are launching, or maybe that launched already. That's what the use is gonna be.
Gotcha. Makes sense. We're about coming into that 40-minute mark here, so if you have if there's any other hands that want to come up, now is the time to do that. Otherwise, we'll kind of move to our closing remarks, and then Riddick has a couple comments here about Node Nation and what we offer. So here we go. We got one hand coming up from Mr. CS Deliveries.
Yeah, he tried to speak earlier, but he couldn't. Actually, I also need to go to rest a bit my voice, because in 1 hour and 20 minutes we're starting the AMA with Kryptonaires as well.
Oh man, you guys are slam busy.
Yeah.
He's having issues coming up here, it seems. So there he is. If you got one question and we can get a quick answer out, Mr. CS Deliveries, go ahead and shoot it, and then we got to get George out of here.
Something is going on with his mic, I believe. Remember, maybe you need to push to talk deliveries.
He's trying.
Yeah, because you see the green thing around him. Or just type it, bro.
Anyway, really appreciate you coming back, George, man. That
Come on
was
now, guys.
awesome.
There he is.
There he is.
Right. Question was about the multi-sig. I know you're implementing that, but I don't know if you covered who's going to be on that. I guess to basically add protection for the wallets. Sorry, my button's sucking here. But yeah, I was just wondering about the multi-sig. Who's going to be on it?
Okay, so that's actually covering the frequent asked questions in the website and Discord server, but I'll answer that anyway. So basically, what I believe, and this is more a recommendation that I'm gonna tell you, everyone that invests in a project, after I got robbed from investing in projects that were KYC for a certain company and then they robbed, what I believe that you should be looking at is a project that is multi-sig from someone that is dogs or it have a lot to lose. For example, let's say if you have Riddick on the multi-sig, overall, I mean, it will make them sure that nothing is gonna happen because otherwise his reputation is gonna be ruined. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no nation's over. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. No nation is over. So why what we did? We get. I mean, I was looking for first person I asked was Sensei, but then he told me, look, bro. I mean, if I do it, what will happen is that people will stop doing their own research in the project and they're just going to invest because I'm in the multi-site, and that's not good for you because maybe you're not gonna get the kind of investors that you're looking for. So I kept on looking,
That is
and
true.
then I got to JR5 and Exi. They're two guys that they're Ray Dogs. People know who they are. I mean, they work in Rollbit. I mean, they make good money with their influencer work. So if we rock, they're screwed. Like they're what they have right now is over. So that's what I suggest everyone here. If you go with a project that is multi-site for with someone that is outside from the project. Don't just go like I saw this project when they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a member of the community, so let's choose who is that gonna be," and they choose a member of the community. I don't know if that project did good or not. Just telling you the story that when I saw that, I said, "I'm out of here." So they choose a member of the community. Hey, how do you know if, who that guy is? It can be the same guy with another account.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's so stupid.
Yep. No, you did it right, man. That's the way to go nowadays. So absolutely.
All right, thanks. Appreciate the insight. Sorry I didn't look at the FAQs.
Yeah, no, don't worry, don't worry. It's okay. Maybe someone else had that question, so it's okay.
Appreciate you coming up, George. Thanks for coming back, man.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I mean, it was a great AMA, well, the last one and this one. And whenever you guys want me here, I'll be here.
Oh yeah. Thank you for taking the time with us. Big thanks to the PHVH team, CEO, founder George, and everyone from both your community and from the Node Nation community, myself, Mascot, and Riddick. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for taking time out of your busy day to come and listen and ask great questions. And we hope that we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.